Today we're talking about the importance of birth control and how it should be available to the public and on all healthcare providers. Are you taking birth control with alcohol right now? It's hardcore to a level that I've never achieved, Claire.
Welcome to Drunk Literature Season 3 featuring Melissa Beast.
Hey. Today we're talking about the second book in the series, that is Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. It starts out, he's kind of separated from this world that he considers more his home than this home where he grew up, being with the Dursleys. He gets in some trouble with the Dursleys because Dobby is introduced in this book.
Must protect Harry Potter! And then he finds out that the Dobby had been stealing Harry's mail, which is why he hadn't heard from anyone.
Even though Dobby gets him a bit of trouble, Dobby trying to tell him not to go back to Hogwarts, which is like unthinkable for Harry because that's more his home than anywhere he's ever had in his life. He ends up getting locked in his room, but then Ron comes in a flying car and saves him, takes him, whisks him back to the Weasleys, and he stays with them until the school year begins, where more flying car shenanigans ensue. Harry Potter's second year at Hogwarts is kind of a lot more about discovering more about Voldemort and Voldemort's history, because he's discovering that there's this thing called the Chamber of Secrets that was built into part of Hogwarts. And this is, I think, the first book that they really properly introduced the concept of the, negative word against Muggle-borns, mudbloods, and that kind of introducing this classist, sort of racist, dynamic that exists in the Harry Potter world. Ginny is actually taken into the Chamber of Secrets, and it all escalates to this final confrontation with Tom Riddle, who is, the spirit of a young Voldemort.
I gotta say that Dobby's part at the beginning gives me so much secondhand anxiety. That, and all the boys, trying to flirt with girls at Hogwarts is, the most anxious I have been. It's more than, when Harry is literally in physical danger. It's just oh my god, you're gonna drop that cake on her head! Oh my god! Yeah, I can't handle it.
Alright, what is the things that pissed you off about the changes to the movie in this one? I know for me, it was the fact that it wasn't Professor Binns who explained the Chamber of Secrets. Because, they never introduced Binns, so they just had McGonagall do it. But it didn't make any sense for her to do it, because Binns is the history of magic teacher, and so they're fuck, we don't care about this history, tell us about this history.
It's even people who read the books don't like Percy much, but I very much sympathize. I don't think he made good decisions, but I feel like his family didn't always accept him, and personally I have a pet theory that I think he should have been sorted into Slytherin, but his family would have been so horrified by that he requested to be in Gryffindor and was put in Gryffindor instead of Slytherin, where I think
very ambitious.
Yeah, I think that would be a group of people who would accept him more for the things, and I think he got shit on a lot by his family for being so ambitious and for having that be his goals in life, when that's totally legitimate what he was trying to do. Chamber of Secrets, I think, is one of the books that is the most kind to Percy, because you also see him trying to comfort Ginny throughout the books. In the background, you see a lot of scenes where he's trying to talk to her and he's trying to ask her what's wrong, and her other brothers, we see no indication that they're trying to talk to her and see that there's something wrong with her, something upsetting her. And there's a lot of clues, if you reread the book, of what Ginny is going through and how difficult it is for her at her first year at Hogwarts.
I love Hagrid.
Yeah.
This time, before...
I was thinking about how Harry's, the only one in the series that's allowed to have PTSD. Ginny isn't. And, Hermione definitely isn't. She has to soldier on. And Ron, definitely goes through, periods of depression. Harry is the only one that actually does deal with PTSD, and it's not until later. But, I think that a lot of these characters would...
I think you're right. I think part of that might also be because the story is from Harry's perspective, and we see that in his mind.
That was Chamber of Secrets. Thank you very much.